Every country around the world would have the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yes, in America, yes, in the UK, and yes, in China. What red book, little red book, red note, whatever you want to call it, will show you will be the positive, fashionable side of China, of the middle class, and you could say the wealthy. Please do note that China does have a population of 1.4 billion people, the second largest in the world. It's like 3 times as much as, or maybe more, as the United States of America. You are going to have the flashing disco cities like we've shown just before. And you're also going to have that other end of the spectrum, which applications like my little red book would not show you. They would not depict all of China. It would just be the better side of China. And when these young Americans who can't use TikTok anymore go over to my little red book, and they listen to some people that work maybe 40 to 50 hours per week, the cost of living is low and compared to America, but you don't know how hard some of these people work. This person I'm showing you here is a delivery driver, and many delivery drivers have to do this job because they're state-owned company like China Airlines or Air China or Southern China. The mainland China Airlines don't pay their pilots, and they have to do a job like this, which near enough kills them. You know what I mean. Like any company in China with more than 100 employees, they have to have one employee who is a person part of the Chinese Communist Party. I think in China there's over 100 million of them now, and they would have to be to report to the party officials in their neighborhood. Therefore, the company is under the manipulation of the CCP. Remember what happened in COVID in China? The lockdown was you were locked in physically. You couldn't get out. Now, I'm not a person who uses TikTok. I may look at a website related to it, picking out some videos. I do have access to TikTok in China called Douyin. I can look at recommended videos, and it would be zero political. It would be about funny things, someone falling over, a beautiful girl walking along the street, or some beach activities. That would be it. It's a very sociable app, but people are not allowed to say their political point of view. No way could they say, I don't like Winnie Xi Jinping. No way. They would get, well, I don't know what would actually happen, but in some cases, in some scenarios, when you do criticize, they will take you down to the local police station, put you in a cage or some handcuffs until you apologize for the actual message. So the freedom of speech in China is not there at all. These young people in America who seem to love all this propaganda which is coming out from the real people in China, granted, is coming from the middle class, the higher society, the people who've had a better chance in life because of the opening up of China in 1979, 1980, and they did make their money quite early with that, after the reign of Mao and his little red book, putting academics in prison, beating them up. This is my little red book that is happening now. The young people who are going over to this, it's great, that they are talking to Chinese people and the differences, and they all want to go, or a lot of them want to go to China because the cost of living is lower. The universities are incredibly cheap compared to a university in the United States of America. All that is sort of happening, but this is the very beginning stages. Today is the 19th of January, and I do believe that TikTok has been banned in America. Unless you use a VPN, a virtual private network, and set up your TikTok account in another country, then you can go ahead. But most people, they don't use a VPN. It's too much hassle to jump over a firewall or to not use the internet in your country. So what I'm trying to say is this information has always been available. You just had to search for it. Now it's become a lot easier on Red Note or My Little Red Book or Red Book, again, whatever you like to call it. And you can, related to the propaganda war, it feels like China has won this battle so far with the opening up of this application. I don't know how it first started or how it got this far to be on mainstream media related to it, and how they love the CCP and the Chinese way of life. Please note, again, every country has the good, the bad, and the ugly. China is no exception. It's not a Shangri-La everywhere. Yes, you do have the modern cities. Yes, you can have a very nice lifestyle. Yes, you can get the not as good as Europe or American education there, granted. But it feels like that when you hear so many people, the kids in America, talking how wonderful China is, and it is a place to go and visit. Do go and enjoy. Visas are free, but you will be herded around to the popular sites, and you won't really actually find the real China in Shanghai. You need to go to the rural areas. Oh, I have hiccups. You need to go to the rural areas. You need to go to the back streets of these cities to find out how the average person lives. It's all food for thought, and my name is James. Thank you very much for your time. Bye-bye for now.